Hello guys and welcome to another video. In this video I am going to talk about cheems.pet. I am making this video because today it is being trending on CoinGecko, so I thought that I should make a video about cheems.pet, and I'm pretty excited to discuss about this project. So let's quickly get started. So before we jump into the conclusion, let's quickly see the market cap of this project, and it is nearly $262 million, $263 million. So this is the market cap, and these are some other details which you can find on CoinGecko if you want to. Now let's go and quickly jump to the website. So basically, cheems.pet is a meme coin, and meme coins are many in the cryptocurrency market, a lot of competitive market as well, and that's the reason why this project will have a heavy influence of the community if this project really wants to succeed. If the community is strong, if the community is great, then the project will automatically keep growing, the project will automatically succeed, and that's what you want if you're holding the cheems token. Before we proceed further, let me tell you one thing, that nothing in this video contains any investment advice. What I'm sharing is just my views, and you can read the full description to understand about the risk involved with the cryptocurrency market. So now let's quickly get back to this project. So the Cheems token is definitely a meme coin, and totally it will be dependent on the community. And as you can see here on the CoinGecko max supply and the total supply and circulating supply, they all are almost very identical. So almost all the tokens are already distributed. It means that now it is in the hands of the token holders whether they can make this project a successful one or not. Most of the successful meme coins like Dogecoin and Shiba Inu and all other meme coins, they succeed because they have a very solid community. And what solid community means is simply holding the tokens for a longer period. So the cheems token holders will have to hold the token for a longer period, and at the same time they will have to show to the world that their community is so strong that they are always going to hold these tokens forever, so anyone can believe in us, and anyone can become part of our community. You will have to generate that belief in the non-cheems token holders. So people who are cryptocurrency investors but who are not holding the cheems tokens, they are the right audience for the current community members, current cheems token holders to target, because those are their highest potential investors. So that's what the Cheems token community members or the Cheems token holders will have to target and focus on if they want to grow the project. And at the same time, the Cheems token holders will have to make sure that in the first place they hold the Cheems token, because if the current Cheems token holders are not going to hold the token, then automatically the price will drop significantly, and it will become very harder for the remaining cheems token holders to generate the trust and the faith in the other potential crypto investors who are currently not holding the cheems token, but who may in the future probably. The most difficult thing for the current cheems token holders will be to uh, keep generating faith in each other, and at the same time attract the new community members, attract the new potential large investors, big investors, because if the Chimps token holders can attract the big token holders, then only the project will keep growing. If there are no big token holders going to follow, um, in the coming future, then the project will not keep growing, and the projects that do not grow, sometimes they fall as well. So it becomes very important for the current teams token holders to be very active. They have to shield the project, they will have to show that they truly believe in each other, they truly are going to hold the token for each other, they will have true faith in each other to hold the tokens. You see, trusting the other Chimps token holders and holding the James token, just because you trust them, is the most difficult thing, and that's why sometimes the meme coin projects become very complex. Sometimes projects like Dogecoin succeed. They succeed because the community members, they I guess they somehow trust each other. They somehow have that silent communication between each other. So they communicate with with each other on a vibe level. I'm not talking about through the words level. The way, if you meet somebody, then it is said that 90% of the communication happens through the body language. Similarly, here also, in the projects like Dogecoin or Shiba Inu, mostly they are successful because the communication which happens between the token holders is is in a silent way. So in a silent way, they automatically have trusted each other that they all will hold the tokens in the long term. And sometimes some investors do sell, but they are replaced by the new investors as well. So similarly here also, with the James community, the James token holders will have to have that silent bond. Even if you guys haven't met each other in life, which is pretty obvious in the world of crypto, but still you guys have to trust each other that yes, we are going to hold the token for a longer period of time, and that has to be on a vibrational level. I mean, that's what I believe. It should be more on a vibrational level. It is more like a vibe thing. So you'll have to give that vibe to the other Cheems token holders, and at the same time you will have to give that vibe to the non Cheems token holders as well. One of the most important factor for the success of Cheems token will be that the existing token holders should under no circumstances sell the tokens, because if the existing token holders respect each other, then even if new investors not come, let's say for the span of 6 months or 1 year, still the price will be very stable. And that's what you want to that's what you are looking for as an investor. So even if for the 6 months the price is very stable, somehow suddenly the potential new investors are going to find out that the Cheems token holders, even if the new investors do not keep coming, these guys still believe in each other as long as 6 months or a year. In such long span, they still believe in each other. The price, even if it didn't go up significantly, they still believe in each other, and that's what the large investors, the new investors, are going to look forward to. To attract the large investors, I mean, I'm talking about the whales. If you want to attract the institutional investors, then in that scenario the price has to be very stable. You will have to, and that the price can only be stabilized when the existing token holders believe in each other. They, no matter what happens, they do not sell the tokens under any kind of market pressure, under any kind of FOMO. I mean, in the FOMO, of course, you guys are going to buy only, but in the uh, uh, I would say in some sort of black swan event or something like that. In that case also, the Cheems token holders will have to believe in each other. If you guys can keep doing that, then automatically uh, the I mean, if you follow this simple process, then the growth is the byproduct of this simple project. So automatically you will force the big investors to uh, connect with the community and become part of the community with their huge chunk of money. It's a game of cat and mouse between the existing Cheems token holders and the new potential investors, because the truth is that the new potential investors, and especially institutional investors, are simply looking for strong communities, and that can only happen when you guys will hold for each other. You guys will trust each other to hold the tokens for a pretty long period of time. If you guys then pull this difficult task, and especially the best way, I believe that the best way to show the potential institutional investors your community strength is that if you guys can hold the token when the market is going very much downwards. So for example, if there is a red day today, and if the Cheems tokens price is not going down on that day, it means that you guys are not affected by the market movements, and you guys truly trust each other. So the more rate days you can hold the token significantly, and if the price is slightly green, I'm not talking about, let's say the bitcoin went down 5% today, then I'm sure that most of the coins will go down by 10%, 15% on that particular day, even 20% in some cases. So in that kind of bloodbath kind of a day, if the cheems token holders can trust each other, they can show faith in each other, and they can hold the tokens and the price doesn't go down. In fact, if, for example, let's say it just goes up by a half a percent or 1%, then the institutional investors will understand that this community must be very strong. They are not shaken by the market movements, and they are definitely not shaken by this kind of daily market movements, even if it goes down, and that creates trust in the institutional investors. Again, that is simply a very long term process. So don't expect that if you pull this kind of task just couple of times and you are going to go to the moon. That's not how things happen. You will have to keep doing this thing again and again as teams token holders, and you guys will have to communicate probably this kind of stuff with each other as well, because this is the ultimate reality, because this creates a long term approach. Because when the price is going down of all the other cryptocurrencies, but your coin is very much stable, then it shows that this project might survive in the long term. This project might show a sustainability in the long term, and institutional investors only care about the projects that are going to survive in the long term. So because they know that if a project survives, then project is automatically going to grow. So here also with the cheems token, if the cheems token can simply survive in the long term, if you control the downward movement, then there is only one movement left, and which is the upward movement. So the cheems token holders will have to keep all these things in their mind. You see, the cheems token holders will have to think like institutional investors if they really want to attract the whales or the institutional investors. You will have to behave and act like them. So whenever an institutional investor will try to uh, invest in any cryptocurrency project, then what he will look for is just the long term approach, and that is the ultimate reality. And I'll also try to explain it to you with the help of chess, so you will be able to easily understand it effortlessly. So this is my today's game only, which I played today. And after, if you know the basic idea about the chess, you will know how the pieces move, I guess. And after playing just few moves like this, uh, I simply played this move, and here, if my opponent who is in black, if he played this move, he captured this bishop like this, okay, pawn like this, then I can simply capture his bishop and I can simply win the game. So basically, this is a huge mistake. It's a huge blunder, and after a certain move, I can simply win the game. So if he had captured this pawn, I could simply capture this bishop and win the game effortlessly. But my opponent is a trained professional. I mean, he's a decent player, so he's not going to make the mistake. Similarly, here at the cheems community as well, you'll have to understand that the large investors are not going to make the mistake of buying a meme coin which doesn't have a strong community, which doesn't have a very powerful community, and the community is not going to be sustainable community. If an institutional investor has even a 1% of doubt in that, then they are not going to buy that particular coin or particular meme coin. Here in this case, it will be cheems token. So actually nothing like that happened in the game, but here again, the game continued, and I played this developing move for my knight. And if here my opponent had played this move, okay, then I can simply capture his knight. Again, it's a blunder. Okay, so if he had made this blunder, I would have simply captured his knight, and I would have easily won the game at my level, at advanced level. And similarly, when it comes to the projects like cheems, you'll have to accept the reality that the large investors are not going to make this kind of mistakes. They are going to deeply thoroughly analyze the cheems community. They are going to analyze the cheems token holders. They are going to see if you as a cheems token holder are shilling the project, then how much you believe. They're going to see your belief rather than your shilling. You will have to accept these things if you really want to become uh, if the cheems community really want to become a successful project. So again here, if you see the game after playing couple of more moves like this, if let's assume that after doing this long castling, uh, let's assume that if my opponent plays this move, he plays his queen here, then I can simply capture his queen with my pawn and I can simply win the game. But that's a mistake, and at this advanced level, my opponents are not going to make this mistake. And similarly, you will have to accept the reality, the ultimate reality, that the super rich investors, they are not going to make this kind of a mistake when it comes to investing. So the whales will thoroughly try to analyze the James community in the detail. They are going to probably read each and every message in your Telegram or Discord community. They are going to search each and every post on the Twitter and stuff like that. Ultimately what they want, I don't know from where they are going to collect the information about the James token, but the whales, they are going to only going to need information that makes them believe that the community is strong enough, the community is going to hold the tokens for each other. That's what whales are going to simply look forward to. That's the information they are going to collect. So if they collect enough information which generates the belief that the cheems token holders are going to be around for a long period of time, then probably they will become part of the cheems community, cheems.pet community, I mean. So now let's continue with the game. Furthermore, nothing like that happened, which I discussed. So my opponent simply played this move. He moved his knight. Some people say it horse. I also moved my horse to this square, and then he played here this move. And I simply put my horse on this square, which is a pretty decent square, I guess. And then let's assume here, if my opponent had captured this like this, let's assume that he, oops, sorry. Yep. So here, let's assume that my opponent captured this pawn. Then I would simply capture this knight with my bishop, and I would simply win a piece. And again, that would turn out to be a pretty huge blunder. Okay. So similarly, as I keep saying, that the rich investors, the whales, they only focus on not making mistakes. They do not focus on making money. Most of the time, what they want is they want to avoid the mistakes, and that's the reason why I keep saying that they are going to uh, have the belief about this community. If they have a belief about Teams token holders, if they believe that the Teams token holders have very similar potential, just like the Doge community or Shiba Inu community, if they believe that the community is solid enough, then only they are going to throw big chunk of money. I'm talking about a couple of $1 million in some cases. I mean, some whales are so big that they can easily throw a couple of $1 million, and if that happens, then the price is definitely going to jump significantly in that particular moment as well. Again, nothing in this video is an investment advice, but the point that I'm trying to make here is pretty simple, that you will have to see this project from the eyes of the whales. You'll have to understand this project from the mind of the ultra wealthy crypto investors, because they are the ones who will create significant impact in the price, and as well as the long term sustainability of this project. So now let's move forward with the game. So again, nothing like that which we discussed previously happened in the game. My opponent is a smart player. I mean, he's a pretty decent player, so he didn't make such mistake. So he simply captured my knight because it was on a dangerous square, and I simply captured his bishop. And after capturing his bishop, let's assume that my opponent played a move like this, simply pushing the pawn forward, then in that scenario, as you can see, the bar also went up quickly, because now I have the opportunity to simply capture this knight with this pawn. So again, this will turn out to be a huge blunder, and at this advanced level, my opponents are not going to make such blunders. And similarly, as I keep saying again and again, that the most important thing for the cheeps token will be to understand that where you guys are giving the opportunities to make big investors the blunders. So for example, let's assume that the price is very unstable. For example, the Cheems token holders are selling a lot of stuff, and at the same time a lot of new investors are coming, so the price may be stable in that scenario. But technically, when a lot of investors sell the tokens, the price will go down, and then when the new investors come, then the price will keep going up. So in that case, the price will be very unstable. So again, the in that case, the large investors, the institutional investors will feel that they are making just the blunder which I discussed earlier in the game of chess. They will think that they are making that kind of a blunder. Why will think that way? Because they know that the price is unstable. So the existing cheems investors, the existing cheems token holders are selling a lot, meaning that the existing Chimps token holders don't have that much amount of faith which is required for the Chimps price to be very sustainable one. So if the new investors stop coming, then automatically the price of the Chimps token will go down, and that's where they will assume that they are going to make a big blunder. If a lot of people, if the price is unstable, because they will be scared that a lot of existing Cheems token holders are selling, although the new investors are coming, but the existing Cheems token holders are selling, and that's what will scare them, and they will assume that they will make a blunder if they invest in the Cheems tokens. So that's the reason why I keep saying that the stability of the price and the trust and the belief in the existing Cheems token holder between each other is going to be very, very important. So again, let's move to the game, and nothing like that happened which we discussed earlier. And here, after capturing this bishop, he played his knight on this square, and I simply captured his knight because I thought I should. And after capturing this knight, let's assume that he pushes his pawn here like this. Then I can simply push my bishop back, and I can save my bishop after capturing this knight, big knight, for free. If so, I simply capture this knight. He pushes the pawn forward by mistake, and I can simply put back my bishop. So similarly here also, again, that was a blunder. If he pushes the pawn further, then it is a blunder. And similarly, you guys will have to understand the importance of the cautiousness which the large investors are going to have with the Chimps token, because the Chimps token is definitely not in the top 100. Okay, so the large investors do not technically, they do not require to have projects that are not in top 100 in their portfolio, because the projects which are not in top 100 consider a significant amount of risk, and that's the reason why they are already going to be very, very smart, and they're already going to be very cautious about choosing Chimps in their portfolio. Okay, so that is also one of the reasons why you'll have to put extra efforts and show your faith between each other. I'm talking about the existing Chimps token holders. You'll have to show that you have faith in other Chimps token holders as well, and the more you showcase your faith, the more you can project your trust to them, the more likely that you will attract them into your community, the more likely that you guys are going to uh, 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 in, I would say, influence their mind and probably their wallet as well, to become part of the Cheems community, or cheems.pet community, I would say. Now let's move further ahead with the game. So here, after capturing the knight, my opponent simply captured my bishop with this pawn, and which was technically a mistake. And I simply gave this check with the rook. And now here, instead of moving his king, let's assume that my opponent puts his queen in front of the king. Then I can simply capture this queen, and at this advanced level, I can simply win the game. So again, this will turn out to be a huge blunder. And similarly, and the chimps community, you guys will have to think about that how can you encourage the whales or the institutional investors to think that they are not making any kind of blunder when they are investing in the Teams community, when they are becoming part of the Teams community. Because as I keep saying that they will constantly be thinking about whether they are making the blunder or not. Because if they blunder, then what happens is that they will lose out their investments. Because when a meme coin project fails, what happens is that the entire investment is lost, because the price all generally becomes 100th of what it is. So let's assume that somebody invests $1 million, then it is very likely that only $10,000 will be left if the project fails miserably, or even less than that. So with the coins like Bitcoin, it is now going to be stuff like that. So even in the worst case scenario, let's assume that he invests $1 million, then even after Bitcoin's price drops significantly, then still it will be one third of the price in general cases. So they will still have $3,500, $350,000 or something like that, if they invested $1 million. So uh, that is not going to be the case with coins like Cheems. If the project fails, then they are going to eventually wipe out everything they invested in this project. So they will always be cautious. They're always going to be worried about all these things, and that's what I want to encourage you guys to develop your thinking about. That's what I want the Cheems community to understand. Because you will have to, so the entire point of making this video with the help of chess is to help you understand uh, and 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 create a mind which thinks and behaves like institutional investors, which thinks like the whales. And if you guys can have that kind of mindset, then automatically you will create an infrastructure around the James community, which will attract the institutional investors. Now let's move further ahead with the game. So here, after capturing my bishop, I simply played this rook move and gave him a check, and he simply moved his king here, and I simply pushed this pawn. Now here he played this move, which is a blunder, because now I can simply put my bishop here, which I played in the game as well. And now if I put my bishop here, then I am attacking this knight, and at the same time I also am attacking the queen, and queen cannot support this knight. So he'll have to move his queen somewhere here, and now I can simply capture this knight, and I can gradually win the game. And that's what actually happened in the game. But this kind of blunder is not likely to happen when it comes to the world of investing, and especially with the large investors, because they have money to invest. Okay, so ultimately I won the game because of my opponent's blunder. But that happened as well because he we just played 3 minutes game, so we do not have much time. So sometimes quickly opponents make mistake under the time pressure, and that's what happened. But the point is that this kind of blunder is not going to be made by the institutional investors. They are going to, as I said earlier as well, that they are going to uh, do as much digging as possible about the James community. They are going to dig as much as they can, because ultimately what they want to know is that the sustainability all of the project. That's the ultimate reality. You will have to accept this reality. The large investors are simply thinking about one thing, which is that will the project survive in the long term, will the project be a sustainable one, will the price be a stable one, will the price will not drop significantly when there is a very black swan event in the market, when there is bloodbath in the market. If there is ever going to be a huge bloodbath, then how the gyms community is going to react. Will they hold on to each other? Will they hold the tokens for each other in that scenario? Will they have enough foundation of faith between each other, so they can hold the cheems token for each other even when there is a massive bloodbath? That's what they are going to think about. That's what they want to know, and that's the ultimate reality. And you will, as a cheems community or cheems token holder, I will just say one thing, that you will have to understand what they are trying to know, what institutional investors are trying to understand, what they want. If you can give them what they want, then automatically this project will become a successful project. Because let's accept the fact that if you are crypto investors, if you are a crypto investor and you have invested in the meme coins, then 98% there is a 98% probability that you have invested less than $10,000, because most of the average investors are not going to be able to invest more than $10,000. So that is a 98% case. So with small amounts, the problem is that project cannot grow significantly. To grow a project significantly, you will need whales around you, and that's what I'm trying to help you guys understand, because that is the ultimate reality. And guys, that's all I have for you in this video. I hope that you really enjoyed this video, and if you did enjoy the video, then you can hit the like button, subscribe to my channel. I'll put the link in the description about my Telegram channel as well. You can join my Telegram channel if you have any questions about any cryptocurrency project or anything about crypto. I'll see you in the next video. Till then, take care. Bye bye.